So, hello people. I'm going to give you some gold pill regarding ear training. So, how to figure out what is happening with the melody. So, one of the most important things is to understand in which scale degree are the tones that you are hearing. So, this is something that I wish I had more practice on this when I had my student life as a musician. Some teachers don't give enough importance to this. Then later at Mozarteum it was a little better in some lessons. This was more or less highlighted topic. However, the technique was still not so clear. I want to give you the summary of the technique when it comes to recognition of melodies and transcribing melodies in a basic level, or having a basic understanding of how the melodies that you are hearing are built. So let's take a look in this random piece of music here that will happen if you are, for example, a transcriber like I was for musician. They will send you very random things. So let's hear this random piece of music. So here, then you have two basic steps actually to follow. The first one will be to recognize the tonic of the pieces. Of course, we are speaking about tonal music still. So recognize the tonic. So for this, you have to develop a very basic intuition for the center of the music. This counts an elementary skill that you should have as a musician, to have a feeling where the music should end, where the music should find its relaxed and centered, stable state. So then here, like in most of the cases, principally in pop music, it starts on the tonic. However, I have to be careful not actually. I got very surprised that a lot of pop music, they start a little bit random as well. So it's not always like this. So take for example the start of "Is Anybody Listening" by Queensrÿche. So it's absolutely genial. Sometimes they do hard things, but in a basic situation it would be like this. To, to, So let's consider just the melody in this case. So this is here I am giving some the technique regarding the melody. Of course, we could approach this observing the bass line. That is also not so hard. So the melody ends. Let's observe the final note of the melody of the first phrase. D. Okay, so here is a very important thing. Observe, try to catch the framework of the thing. So what I mean by this is where it starts and where it ends. Okay, and here you will observe something that for you as a composer is absolutely crucial. You will understand the importance of how things start, how things end. Okay, many times in lessons in harmony or whatever you are reading in a book, or the author gets too distracted with the complicated nucleus of the phrase or of the musical piece, while what you should grasp as a composer first is how things start and end. I give so much importance to this that you can't imagine. When I improvise in public, I almost think only about this. Okay, which is first chord, which is second, which is the last chord, which is the degree where the melody starts and the degree of the melody ends. So what I'm teaching here is one of the most important thing that should pay attention to. So now you got the final note, so it sounds like D, ta. Okay, and then how I figure out that this note is a B. Okay, so I heard this music and it was almost clear that this was the third degree of the scale. It was not clear that it was a B, but it was clear that it was the third degree of the scale. And this is of a major scale. So, and this is also absolutely important. First, the degrees are very important for you. And second, the absolute pitch, okay? And here in this case, I know that is a B, and that is a third degree. Why? And here it comes the second step of this technique. I try to reduce this to the tonic. So I see the tonic of G major as my most important point of reference. Okay, and I verified that for this type of music, this works. Okay, it's a very tonal music based on root chords, so this will work easily in this type of music, this approach. So the tonic is my point of reference. Now, for each tone that I recognize, for example, this B, I try to do a melodic reduction, bringing this back to the tonic. So if I have a note like this, D, da, okay, da, then I follow my intuition about the tonic chord, and I try to bring this to the end. So da, di, di. So I always try to bring the tone to its own resolution. Okay, so consider the tone as always having some level of instability, and try to bring this tone back to the tonic. Okay, any tone that you hear. So in this case, di, da, di. For each tone that you hear, it will be able to build a cadence based on it. Okay, so for example, I heard this, then I thought already about, okay, of course, other skills and techniques you will need in your toolbox, and this has a little bit with basic music theory and harmonic understanding. They will come together. Okay, this is why it is hard to only study one discipline, because these things, they help each other. Now, any tone that you hear, like da, da, di, da, di. So try to bring back in the scale to the first degree. So if you hear da, di, da, di, so okay. Try to bring back to the scale. If you hear so the fifth, da, then it can be da, da, di, di, di. Okay, so you hear this, and then if you are in a very clear tonal context, you hearing the music, I almost can guarantee that you hear this tone and you know how it goes back to the tonic. You will know instinctively. Even my mother might know this. So I strongly recommend to try this approach. If it doesn't work, then you have to try other types of techniques. You can also do from, of course, you could also consider the whole chord that is playing at that moment. Okay, so I don't know which chord was it. Then you can consider this is the octave, this is an octave, and this sounds like a sixth chord. So if you are good with chords, then you could go from there. You should try different techniques, but I think this is one of the most interesting ones, and it will work well for notes in the diatonic scale for any note. Okay, so it will happen a lot with the second degree, for example. Okay, so it was the second degree. Okay. Na 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 na. So you see that you can always do the reduction. Let's do all the tones. Na di di ta. So ta di ra. Okay, so okay, so I did a reduction to the first degree. Da da ti. So the tonic's obvious. Ni ni. Na ni na. Ra, ri, ra. So the tonic, it's also confusing if she starts to repeat the tonic a lot and the harmony changes, and then how you figure out the tonic, you do the tonic leading tone proof. Okay, la ri ra ri ri. So tonic leading tone, tonic leading tone. To always check if this is truly the tonic. So here's, if you do the leading tone proof, it will not work because this is the third degree. So this is the third degree. So it will not work with this. And also the second degree, it changes a lot. So, and with the tonic, you feel like, okay, here's the tonic. So there is not a mistake-free technique. You have to practice, but here I gave you the hint on how to figure out better the melodies. So try to figure out first the final notes of this phrase, and then from there, then later you figure out the first note. Okay, the first note is harder because there is no reference. You get the point? So I hope my technique helps. If you want, go to my wonderful ear training course that is it is free for some time. Okay, it is free for some time, and I start with a course in harmony. I don't know why I was feeling like doing 4 chords because people don't do it so well, and so the apps are not good for this. And a very cool thing of my course is that I use orchestral examples with different instruments, and I go very systematically with a composer, a classical modern composer in mind. So this is something you won't find in other courses. I look at, there are some other, let's say, competitors. The apps, they are too cold. They are more for jazz guitarists, and for real classical modern composers, you won't find something so good that is made by a music theorist. So there are some good websites, then they do for free some things, then it's not so extensive. So you won't find so easy this thing that I am offering. Also because I offer the Zoom lesson to go in parallel with your practice. Okay, so many things we will do online, and I will test you. I will throw in the code water, and this will make that when you practice, you pay more attention on what you're doing. And my lessons, they are very based on musicianship. So it is very based on doing music in a beautiful manner. Okay, so even your solfeggio lesson, we start working on phrasing, interpretation. It is a very artistic thing. You want to do beautiful things, not only be technical. And this is the difference between what I'm offering and the majority of things that you might find in the competition, even with Rick Beato or whatever. So I know they also offer a course, but it is different. So if you are a modern classical composer, or if you want to be one, check out the course. I am still developing it. Give your feedback for I make it even better. And check out later, because I want to build other courses as well. So let's see if I have time and energy to finish the other ones soon. Otherwise, this type of content you might only find in my online lessons, where I teach piano, analysis, mockup, everything that you need. Most of the time, the students, they still need the basic music theory and the basic ear training and the basic piano. This is the sad truth. But if you are someone that you are not satisfied with your study at the university, and you want another thing, and you like the music that I compose, so you might benefit from studying with me. However, you have to run, because I don't have so many times for so many students and so many hours. So I like to give a lot of dedication to few students. Okay, this will be my approach. Few students, a lot of dedication, and the rest they can access only via online courses with some some lessons that I want to offer for the people from the online course, for they don't learn alone, and they have this artistic connection with me and feedback. Okay, so see you later. Please remember to give a like and subscribe and support on Patreon, following for free. Okay, this is for free on Patreon. Follow there to support free content. Ciao, ciao.